Lemon soy London broil.
It's a touchdown hot off the grill.
Barbecue shrimp.
It's the start of a new tailgating tradition.
And chili beer chicken wings.
Bet you can't eat just one.
Tailgate techniques from my barbecue playbook. I'm Stephen Raichlen, and from the beautiful Tubac Golf Resort in southern Arizona, it's time to grill. Why do you want to learn how to grill? To increase your knowledge? To delight your friends and family? I know the real reason you want to boost your barbecue skills, to show off at your next tailgate party. We've got some great dishes that are easy to grill in a parking lot and guaranteed to help you smoke the competition. First up, lemon soy London broil. One of the things that makes a barbecue satisfying is that it is a communally shared meal. It probably harks back to the days when our ancestors went hunting as a tribe and then divided up the spoils as a tribe. And I think that spirit comes through a little bit when you cook a large slab of meat, thinly slice it, and then serve it to everybody at the party. Let's start with the marinade. 1 onion finely chopped, the juice of 2 lemons and rind of 1/2 lemon. Vegetable oil, soy sauce, distilled white vinegar, finely chopped garlic, ground coriander, crumbled bay leaf, and black pepper. Whisk the ingredients to mix. Then pour 1/3 of the marinade over the bottom of a baking dish. Next, the meat. I'm using 2-inch thick sirloin steaks cut from a whole sirloin. Arrange the sirloin steaks on top of the marinade. Finally, pour the remaining lemon soy marinade over the steaks. Marinate the beef for at least 4 hours or as long as overnight. The longer, the better. I get a lot of mail on our website, and people write in with their problems. And interestingly, grilling the perfect steak is one of the things that people seem to have the most trouble with. And it's an absolutely core, essential skill. It's almost like walking. While the meat is marinating, let me show you how to make some scallion sesame garlic bread. To a couple of sticks of hot butter, add chopped garlic, finely chopped scallion, and white or black sesame seeds. Stir well. And brush the tops of the half breads with the garlic sesame scallion butter. This is going to go great with the London broils. And to light the charcoal, we use our trusty chimney starter. Natural charcoal briquettes in the top, crumpled newspaper in the bottom. You light the newspaper, and in about 20 to 30 minutes, you'll have uniformly lit coals. Beauty of the chimney starter, it funnels the heat upwards, evenly lit coals. And if you take a look over here, I have 2 chimneys with lit coals already. I'll just dump out the coals. And I'll show you how to build a 3-zone direct grilling fire. Now, dump the first chimney full of coals on one side of the grill in a double thick layer.
take the second chimney's worth of coals and dump them out in a single layer. And if you need to, you can move the coals around with your simple garden hoe. The idea here is we have a double thick layer of coals for searing, a single thick layer of coals for cooking, and a coal-free or safety zone where we can move the food if we start to get a flare-up. Put the grill grate in place. Finally, don't forget those 3 rules of great grilling. Keep it hot, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, ouch. Keep it clean. Brush the top of the grill grate and oil the grill grate with a cloth grill oiler or a folded paper towel dipped in oil and drawn across the bars of the grate. Here are some London broils I marinated overnight. Just grab one, drain off the marinade, and lay it on the grill grate. Cooking time is about 6 to 8 minutes per side. And be sure to discard the marinade. You never want to use a marinade that has had raw meat in it. So give each steak a quarter turn to lay on that crosshatch of grill marks. And remember, the grill may be hotter in the center than at the edge, so don't be afraid to rotate the steaks so that each cooks evenly. And if the grill gets too hot to handle barehanded, put on a leather glove. When the steaks are crusty and brown on the bottom, turn them over and cook the other side the same way.
Lemon soy grilled sirloin. It's a riff actually on a Filipino dish I saw in Santa Maria, California. I'd gone to Santa Maria to learn about tri-tip, which is their unique triangular shaped piece of sirloin that is kind of the national barbecue, the official state barbecue in Southern California. And these guys used Filipino seasonings. Let's see, there was soy sauce, lemon juice, and then the whole lemon rind cut up and diced and added to the marinade. The reason I wanted to show you this is that a London broil or a sirloin steak or a skirt steak, they're great meats to cook at a tailgate picnic.
To test for doneness, give the steaks the poke test, that is poke in the center. Here's what I was looking for when I was poking the steak. You know, you have a little built-in meat thermometer at the end of your hand. If you touch the tip of your thumb to the tip of your middle finger and feel the fleshy pad at the base of your thumb, that is what a medium rare steak would feel like. Go to the index finger, much softer, that's what a rare steak feels like. To the ring finger, that is what a medium steak feels like. To the baby finger, hard and springy at the base of your thumb, that's a well done steak. Of course, that's not something we want to do. So I'll pull the steaks to the safety zone to keep them warm while you grill the garlic bread. Okay, the garlic bread. Now, this happens quickly, so you do not want to desert your grill. Lay the slices of garlic bread on the grill and toast the garlic bread until crusty and golden brown on the cut side. And I cannot emphasize enough the importance of having a safety zone. You can see I'm cooking a lot of food, but since I have a safe place to move it without fire, I'm very relaxed.
My most memorable tailgating experience took place at the Buccaneer Stadium in Tampa, Florida. And I was part of someone's television dream come true. The guy was flown in, and I taught him how to grill at a tailgate, and there were 2 Hall of Famers that taught him how to toss a football.
Okay, so the London broil is ready, and I'll transfer it to a cutting board. And remember, you never want to serve meat hot off the grill. Always let it sit for a few minutes and rest. It will be much more tender. Next, take off the garlic bread. There's one additional dish on the table now. This is a cucumber sesame salsa to be served with the lemon soy London broil. Let's see how we did here. Cut the London broil into thin slices, sharply on the diagonal. Look at that, just perfect. Looks like we nailed a perfect medium rare. Use a wide spatula to transfer the meat to the platter. Tender and smoky. Lemon soy London broil, grilled garlic bread, cucumber salsa. It's a touchdown hot off the grill.
Buffalo wings are an American sports bar classic. What I wanted to do here was create a seafood version, a barbecue shrimp that was hot smoked on the grill.
The buffalo wing was born at the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, New York in 1964. Talk about a success story. Well, the combination of butter and hot sauce set me thinking about seafood. And why bother deep frying when you can smoke roast it on the grill? Here's a barbecue shrimp, and I venture to bet you'll be the first tailgater on the lot to serve it. First, the shrimp. These are U10s, which means there are only 10 shrimp to a pound. Ask your fishmonger to peel and devein the shrimp. Now, the marinade is really simple. It starts with your favorite hot sauce. I'm using a chipotle hot sauce. Then add lemon juice, vegetable oil, Worcestershire sauce, chopped fresh garlic, and coarse salt, and cracked or freshly ground black pepper. Mix the shrimp well and marinate for 30 to 60 minutes. And whenever you're working outdoors, always keep the shrimp over ice. Next, the grill. Whenever I'm smoke roasting foods, I always prefer to work over charcoal. Why do I have the coal baskets in this configuration rather than in the front and the back? Well, this way, when I go to reach over the grill, I don't burn my arm. Place a drip pan in the center and place the grill grate on the grill. Then grab your shrimp and arrange them on the grill in the center of the grate over the drip pan.
Can grilling make an ordinary cook extraordinary? Well, I sure like to think so, but you have to know what you're doing. And a lot of people confuse grilling with burning. Okay, grilled food is great, burnt food is not so great. This is kind of more a male syndrome, by the way, than a female syndrome. So what we try and do at Primal Grill is teach you how to grill food, not burn it.
You'll notice that I've arranged the shrimp all running the same direction. First of all, this looks more professional, and it helps the shrimp cook more evenly. finally, add a tongueful of your favorite hardwood chips to each side. I'm using maple. Place the lid on the grill and arranging the vent holes directly between the two mounds of coals. Open the vents up wide to obtain a temperature of about 350 degrees. Smoking time on these, about 20 minutes.
Grilling is almost universal. You find people cooking food over live fire virtually everywhere in the world. However, true barbecue, that is smoking foods over a low heat for a long time, is a distinctively American technique. It's really only found in North America.
There are just a couple more things you need to do. First, make the finishing sauce equal parts melted butter and hot sauce. Next, you'll need a blue cheese dipping sauce. The recipe's on the website. And the traditional celery sticks. So by now, the shrimp should be cooked. Let's take a look. And the way you tell, it's the squeeze test. They feel firm to the touch. They're done. And you don't need to be too fussy about arranging these on the plate.
When it comes to grilled shrimp, most people think of Australian shrimp on the barbie. The truth is that shrimp are grilled from one end of the barbecue trail to the other. Why? There's nothing like the high, dry heat of the grill to bring out the briny succulence of a shrimp.
Finally, spoon your butter hot sauce over the shrimp. And if you like, sprinkle with a little cilantro. Barbecue shrimp. It's the start of a new tailgating tradition.
Chicken wings and beer are two cornerstones of the American tailgate experience. But these wings were actually inspired by a brewery in Calgary, Canada. The wings are marinated in beer, seasoned with a spice rub, and smoke roasted on the grill.
Chicken wings are perfect for tailgating, possessing a crackling crisp skin, moist meat, in a package small enough to eat with your fingers. These are marinated in beer, rubbed with spices, and slathered with sweet chili sauce. Bet you can't eat just one. And like all good tailgate parties, this one begins with beer. Open a bottle of your favorite beer and pour it over a dozen chicken wings. Marinate the chicken wings for at least 4 hours, or as long as overnight.
The way I got interested in barbecue, it's very interesting. I like to say that barbecue found me. I didn't find barbecue. I was actually writing a series of books on low-fat food, and I had this epiphany, and it was almost like hearing a voice from God. And the voice said, "Follow the fire." The idea was that I was to travel around the world studying how people grilled and barbecued in different countries, traveling what I came to call the world's barbecue trail.
Next, the rub. Combine equal parts salt, black pepper, paprika, chili powder, then add celery seed for sweetness. Mix the ingredients for the rub with your fingers, breaking up any lumps in the paprika. Fast forward 12 hours. Drain the beer off the chicken wings. You see, we always work on ice. And transfer the wings to another mixing bowl. Add the rub. And a tablespoon of oil. and toss to coat the wings on all sides. And now the grill. I've lit half a chimney of charcoal. I'm going to pour half the coals on one side of the coal pan and half the coals on the other. In other words, I'm going to set the grill for indirect grilling. Now place a handful of soaked hickory chips on each mound of charcoal and insert the grates and you're ready for business. Arrange the chicken pieces in the center of the grill, away from the direct heat, meaty side up. That way, as they indirect grill, the melting fat will baste the meat. It is certainly smoky over here. Then close the grill and open the vents wide and smoke the chicken wings for about a half an hour. Halfway through the grilling process, baste the wings with melted butter.
You afraid of grilling? You shouldn't be. It's the world's oldest cooking method. As a species, we probably wouldn't even be here if we hadn't discovered how to grill. Remember, grilling isn't brain surgery, folks. It's just common sense. There are really only two secrets to grilling: learning how to control the fire and learning to recognize when the food is done. Finally, remember, grilling is performance art. Stand in front of your grill confidently and comfortably and let the flames begin.
So how do you tell when the wings are done? Well, make a tiny slit in the thickest part of one of the drumettes and check to see that there's no redness at the bone. These wings are ready. And they're as smoky and as crusty as you could wish for. And just before serving, spoon sweet Thai chili sauce over the wings. Then sprinkle with finely chopped peanuts or pistachios. Lemon soy London broil, barbecue shrimp, sweet chili chicken wings. Whether you're headed out to a day game or a night game, now you have the tactics to tackle the tailgate. See you next time.
Tailgating craze represents a confluence of three uniquely American pastimes: football, cars, and barbecue. And they come together in the parking lots of football stadiums around the country. They are really something of which we Americans can be very proud.